Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. This review is kind of a benchmark for this channel. It has been pretty much an entire calendar year since we famously rolled up our sleeves on the Fast 9 review. So let's stick to traditions, shall we? Here we are with Fast 10. Directed by Louis Leterrier and starring Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jason Momoa, Ludacris, Tyrese Gibson, Jason Statham, Charlize Theron, and many, many more. As we reach the 10th instalment of this bonkers franchise that was originally about a team of street racers who stole DVD players, well, now there's this whole revenge plot with an international drug gang and stuff. Let's get into the positives, shall we? Well, the action is fun. I'll give it that. It is absolutely nonsense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And it even comes across as unintentionally funny at times. But it must be said, it is quite fun. At least the film is trying its absolute hardest to be fun. I actually thought the locations were pretty decent in this film, and they got some great shots with drones as they delivered some good, entertaining stunt work. Granted, a lot of the stunts are CGI, and it's really obvious. Not just because it obviously had to be CGI, that isn't humanly possible to do, but because it looks CGI. There's a weird rubberiness to the movement. But in the few and far between moments where it is a genuine real stunt, it looks great. I do think the soundtrack to this movie was a bit of a mixed bag. When it was going more down the road of having a score, I actually thought it worked quite well. It's more when they went down the jukebox route and they would pick some random obscure pop song that would constantly stick out like a sore thumb. And sadly, that really is it for the positives on this one. Yikes. Yep, let's rip the band-aid off, shall we? I'm not a Fast and Furious fanatic, but I swear these movies quite literally do every single exact same plot beat as the last one. It will always start with an action scene to get you in your seat and get you excited. Then you'll get the title cards. And then immediately after that, it completely pumps the brakes because it's all about family. And the family explaining the plot to the family. And how the family should or shouldn't do the said plot. But they will do the plot. And it is because that they are family that they will do the plot. And it is that they are family that they will probably succeed at the plot. And then you just put some action in and around all of that melancholy. How do they keep getting away with this? This is 10 movies now. The first 3, maybe even 4 are all right. Why did they just dive off the deep end and people are sort of okay with it? I don't get it. Why did they get a pass when they're kind of fucking awful? At what level am I supposed to take this film on? Do they know that they're bad? Because I honestly can't tell sometimes. I equally can't wrap my head around why these megastars would want to be in this movie. I actively held my head when Helen Mirren came on screen. It's like, oh darling, no, not you. It's hard to know what level to take this film on because it takes itself so seriously without taking reality seriously. Why can't you just stop and think about it for a minute? You know, it doesn't make any sense, does it? We started off by stealing DVD players. Now we're superheroes? One part of me wants to say, how bloody dare they? The other half questionably respects them for their audacity. Their misplaced confidence is approached with such confidence that you start to question if you're the crazy one. Maybe these movies are super meta, secretly fucking genius pieces of work and it's you who understands nothing. No, I'm here to reassure you. It's these movies, it's not you. Jason Momoa's performance in this movie is absolutely fascinating, and he is chewing the scenery. I mean, it's absolutely awful. It's hands down Jason Momoa's worst ever performance, and yet it is entertaining in all of the wrong ways. I'm listing it as a con, but on some level it's kind of a guilty pleasure positive, if I'm being honest with you. Brie Larson is insane in this as well. It's way too over the top, and that's a huge problem with this film. Nobody exactly shines performance-wise because everyone's coming at it with a different tone. Charlize Theron is insanely serious, like it's some sort of spy thriller. Vin Diesel is quiet and stoic, like it's a drama. Momoa just hams it up like it's a superhero movie. And then you got Brie Larson, who's just taken 4 lines of cocaine to just put the cherry on the cake. All it achieves is a tonal mess because the film is actively trying to be all of the above. Pardon the pun, but pick a lane, stick to it. The characters fall flat, they're dull, the dialogue is ear-scraping, they're all impervious to inescapable death, which in turn removes any and all stakes. The plot is nonsense, the humour is really poor. How much entertainment can you get from just utter bollocks? And yes, I admitted that I'm not a Fast fan, but I have enjoyed previous instalments in the Fast franchise. I'd actually say I preferred Fast 9 to this one. Fast 10, for me, it feels like exceptionally low-hanging fruit, even for this franchise. It's overly long, and its dumb nature is funny to start with, and the action will give you a good enough reason to tolerate it, but after an hour and a half of it, it just becomes exhausting and almost unacceptable, the dumber and stupider they get with it. I mean, even my positives were pretty meh. It's just not good enough, and it doesn't need to be a trilogy. There isn't really a compelling story to be told here. I don't think there ever really was in this franchise. I'm going to give Fast 10 a 3 out of 10. I have changed my score quite a lot for this. I think I was originally sitting at a 5, then it came down to a 4, and now that I've slept on it, woken up, and already forgotten parts of this movie, I realised it just has to be a 3, especially when I look at other things I've reviewed this year. It's not better than Beau is Afraid, and I didn't like Beau is Afraid. It's not better than Megan. I'd watch Megan again over this. So yeah, 3 out of 10 over here, I'm afraid. Sorry, Fast fans. And as always, just remember, this is why the channel is called IMO. In my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. If you love these movies, you're gonna love this movie. If you hate them, you're probably going to hate them. And if you're the poor girlfriend or poor boyfriend who's been dragged along to the cinema this weekend to watch it, just drink a few beers. I'm sure it will become more tolerable for you. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section as well. Have you seen Fast 10? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.